In every city, there are places that have been forgotten, left to rot beneath the surface where no light ever reaches. This is the story of one such place, and the explorers who should have never gone looking for it. It started as a dare. A group of urban explorers, Jake Mia and Chris, had heard rumors of a hidden subway tunnel beneath the city. No maps showed its location. No one knew why it had been sealed off or what might still be down there. Come on, it's just an old tunnel. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, that's what people say before they disappear in horror movies. Relax, Mia. We'll be in and out quick video, a few photos, and we'll have the coolest footage anyone's ever seen. Famous last words. They found the entrance behind an old abandoned train station, a rusted metal door covered in graffiti. As they pushed it open, the smell of damp, earth, and decay hit them like a wall, but they pressed on. I don't like this. Something feels wrong. Scared already. We haven't even made it inside the tunnels, stretched out before them. Dark, silent, endless. They switched on their flashlights, the beams cutting through the thick, oppressive darkness. But the deeper they went, the more the light seemed to fade. It didn't take long for things to get strange. They found old, rusted train tracks, but no trains, scraps of clothing scattered on the ground, and strange symbols carved into the walls. Symbols none of them could understand. Guys, I think we should turn back. Relax. It's just graffiti. Probably from other explorers, but deep down they all knew it wasn't graffiti. The symbols were too precise, too ancient, and they seemed to be leading them deeper into the tunnel. That's when they heard it. A low, guttural sound coming from somewhere deep in the darkness. Did you hear that? Probably just an echo or an animal. An animal that growls like that? Yeah, sure. But it wasn't just a sound. Their flashlight started flickering, as if the darkness itself was trying to swallow the light. And then they saw it. At first, it was just a shadow, a tall, twisted figure standing at the edge of their flashlight beams. Its eyes glowed faintly like embers in the dark, and it was watching them. What is that? We need to get out of here now. But as they turned to run, the creature moved fast. Impossibly fast, its footsteps echoed around them, coming from every direction at once. They ran, heart pounding, lungs burning. They sprinted through the tunnel, the creature's growls growing louder behind them. But no matter how fast they ran, it seemed to be getting closer. It's right behind us. Don't stop. They reached the metal door, slamming it shut just as the creature lunged toward them. For a moment, everything was silent except for the sound of their ragged breathing. They thought they were safe, but as they stood there, trying to catch their breath, they realized the whispers hadn't stopped. They were inside the tunnel and inside their heads. We shouldn't have come here. It doesn't want us to leave. They never did to this day. No one knows what really happened to Jake, Mia, and Chris. All that's left is their camera and the footage they recorded before they vanished. If you ever find an abandoned tunnel, don't go inside. Some places are meant to stay. Forgotten sound fades out with one final whisper. We're still here. Biella, Algeria. A sleepy town's drenched streets, friendly faces, life moves slowly, peacefully. A place where secrets whispered on the wind. The desert stretched beyond, endless and unforgiving. It held its own secrets, ancient and buried deep. The townsfolk knew to respect the silence, the stillness. Life in Bielgir was simple, predictable. No one questioned the calm. Until now, Samir, a young carpenter, lived a quiet life. He worked with wood, his hands rough and callous. He found solace in the grain, the scent, the feel of creation. Every day mirrored the rhythmic clang of hammer on nail, the sweet aroma of sawdust, the comforting silence of his workshop a sanctuary. Samir knew everyone in town, their stories, their secrets. He was content, unaware of the shadows gathering, the whispers growing louder. The change was subtle, a whisper at first. The wind carried something strange, a chill, an unsettling presence. It crept into Samir's workshop. He felt a shiver, a prickle of unease. He dismissed it, the desert wind unpredictable. Yet the feeling lingered, a shadow cast over his heart. The whispers grew louder at night in his dreams. They spoke of shadows of cold, unseen eyes, of a presence lurking, watching. Waiting days grew colder, the sun, a distant memory, a palpable darkness descended upon Beelzebub. It seeped into homes, into hearts. Samir saw it in the townsfolk's eyes, fear unexplained. Whispers turned to hushed conversations, glances furtive and afraid something was wrong. Then the nightmares began, vivid, terrifying. Samir would wake in a cold sweat, the whispers echoing in his ears, the shadows clinging to the edge of his vision. Section 5. Fear's grip tightens. The town held its breath, fear a suffocating blanket. The whispers spoke of a jinn, a malevolent spirit, its eyes burning embers in the darkness. Unexplained events played. Beeler objects moved, doors creaked open. Laughter, cold and hollow, echoed in the empty streets. Terror ruled the night. Samir couldn't ignore it anymore. The fear was contagious. It seeped into his bones. The whispers followed him everywhere. They knew his name. Section 6. Unveiling the specter. The town elder spoke of an ancient legend, a tale whispered through generations. A jinn bound to the land, its rage fueled by a broken promise. The jinn sought revenge. It haunted the descendants of the one who betrayed it. Its vengeance swift and merciless. It craved fear, it fed on despair. Samir listened, his blood running cold. He was a descendant, the last of his line. The jinn's target. He had to find a way to stop it, to break the curse. Section 7. A twist of terror driven by fear and desperation. Samir delved into ancient texts. He searched for answers, for a way to appease the jinn, to end its reign of terror. He discovered a ritual, a dangerous gamble. He had to confront the jinn, to offer himself in exchange for the town's safety. A sacrifice. Amir prepared for the ritual. A chilling realization struck him. The whispers had stopped. The town was eerily silent. He was walking into a trap. Section 8. Trapped in the nightmare. The desert wind howled. It whipped around Samir as he stood at the heart of the ritual circle. He felt a presence, cold, malicious, all-consuming. The ground beneath him trembled. The air crackled with energy. But it wasn't the jinn he'd expected. A figure emerged from the swirling sand. Human, familiar. It was the town elder. His eyes glowed with an eerie light. He smiled, a cruel, chillingly familiar smile. He had orchestrated it all. Section N9. The haunting truth. The town elder, consumed by greed, had used the legend. He manipulated the townsfolk. Their fear, his weapon. He profited from their despair. There was no jinn, only human darkness, more terrifying than any specter. Samir, betrayed and horrified, understood the true monsters were not supernatural. He was trapped a pawn in a game of fear. The town elder's laughter echoed in the night. A chilling reminder in Bir El Jia. The real horror was human.